Hello, welcome back to my channel where I'm sharing stories from the imaginary world that I started when I was 9 years old, which is now over 20 years ago. My imaginary world, Chutasia, is the world that my stuffed toy hedgehog, Chutney, comes from. And Chutney is, of course, the princess of Chutasia, and she likes to be the star of these videos, hence why my channel name is Sarah and Chutney, because, you know, she's my co-host. What I'm going to do is I just have a notes on my phone that has all of my new ideas of Chutasia this week. And I thought what I would do is I would just pick some of them out and tell you them. And we'll see how this goes in terms of storytelling. So one of the ones I want to talk about at the moment is there is an island in Chutasia called Slugtehk, or strictly speaking, I think the island is Slugtehk Hogho because it's like a sort of big, really big island, but the top of that big island is called Slugtehk. And Slugtehk is famous because it's where all of the factories are. It's the industrial centre of Chutasia. And you can watch my sort of map video that I'll link below where I talk a bit more about what each of the different islands are famous for. In the most northerly point of Chutasia, although I'm not actually sure if you use, is it called cardinal direction? Is that what it's called? North, east, south, west? Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't know. I don't know why I asked her. I'm not sure they use north, but in the top bit, that sounds more Chutasian. Top bit, bottom bit. I think that's more like it. In the top bit of Slugtehk, there is a sort of range of mountains, which is sort of right on the edge of Chutasian territory. And I actually don't know much about these mountains. It's something that Chutney is currently in the process of telling us everything that she knows about these mountains. And so I will share with you what we know so far. Of course, this is a developing matter, so you'll have to follow along to hear more about these mountain range. So what we know is that this mountain range has a river in it, which is called the Mississippi River, which sounds suspiciously like me so sleepy, Mississippi River. And there are herbs that grow along the riverbanks in the Mississippi River region, and the herbs are sedatives. So it kind of makes sense why it's called the Mississippi River, because sedative herbs grow there. This is the isolated mountains of Slugtehk. I actually don't know what the mountains are called yet, waiting for Chutney to bestow upon us her knowledge of the mountain range in the top bit of Slugtehk. And what we also know is in this mountainous region, lots of beetroots grows there. And because they consume so much beetroot, the hedgehog, the sort of isolated hedgehog tribe that live in the mountains in the top bit of Slugtehk, are actually pink because they eat so much beetroot that they've turned pink. So totally sounds real to me. And then I've just got a question here saying, like, is this because they eat potato and beetroot salad? I don't know, it's just a question for Chutney to get back to us on whether they eat potato and beetroot salad. And then there's another question, a logistical question. How do they get the potatoes in the mountains? I guess we'll find out with time. And so speaking of these pink hedgehogs, actually, there is a famous band that comes from the Mississippi River region who are called the Beetroot Babes. And so they are pink hedgehogs, the Beetroot Babes, and they're kind of like pin-up girls, if you know what I mean. They're kind of classy, the Beetroot Babes, but they are a sort of singing band. And as I mentioned, in Slugtehk, this is a region where there's a lot of like industry and factories and stuff. Are you happy, Chutney? Do you see what I'm doing? I'm telling all your stories on the internet and all the people are watching. So I'm sort of, I wouldn't say embarrassing myself, but you see me making myself vulnerable for you. See the things I do for you. It must be love. Yeah, so the Beetroot Babes, they are this successful girl group. And they kind of go around the different factories to sort of motivate the factory workers, and they put on little shows. And I've got a note here saying that it's Chutney's favourite band. Is that your favourite band? And they did a tour And apparently Chutney saw them when she was in Catching Cliffs. So that'll be relevant for the sort of overall timeline when Chutney is in Catching Cliffs, which is a region in the neighbouring island of Slugtehk, which I probably won't go into right now, but will go into in other things. So that's what we've learned about the Mississippi River, the Beetroot Babes, and I think there is, if I'm correct, let me just scroll through this list of the sort of notes of a crazy person. I think there is something else about, yes, deep in the mountains of Slugtehk, on the edge of Chutasia, Maine, is a wandering tribe of mountain hedgehogs who worship a god who demands the hedgehogs offer themselves to be ice packs. I don't know exactly what this means or how this functions, but I suppose because they live in the mountainous region, everything is to do with ice and temperature, and it seems to be that they worship a god who requires the hedgehogs to freeze themselves. I don't know. Is this just a kind of extreme sport, a sort of extreme expression of devotion to the god, or is it something a bit more sinister? Chutney doesn't know. I don't think she knows. I don't know. I was going to say I suspect it's not sinister, but you never know with Chutasia. So that's about the mountainous region. I don't think I've got anything else about the mountain region, so let me just pick something else random to tell you. So apparently on your birthday in Chutasia, they don't give you a birthday cake. They give you a birthday baguette. So you get some bread for your birthday, a birthday baguette, and it's traditional. This is probably in Chutaland actually. This is probably on the island of Chutaland, maybe not everywhere in Chutasia. I don't know. So for the hedgehogs who come from Chutaland, which Chutney does, you get your traditional birthday baguette, and your birthday baguette is served with pickly puree, which I believe is pureed pickles. Wow, very festive. I don't know that Chutney really liked that on her birthday. She's quite a fan of chocolate cake, so I'm sure she would have much rather chocolate cake. So I think that's the video then. That's my stories. If you would like some more kind of weird stories and jokes, I have a channel. You can check out some of the other videos, and I'll be back again to tell you more of the weird things from my phone. All right then, see you next time. Bye bye.